Hello students, welcome to the next lecture in Embedded Systems. Today we are going to start with Unit 5. Unit 5 is based on the IC LPC2148. Now, why to study another controller in your syllabus? This can be very well explained by this chapter. You are already familiar with ARM architecture. We have also seen the instruction set of ARM7, but we are today going to see the actual controller which is used in various applications. So we are going to study a practical chip which is manufactured as LPC2148. So let us start with this lecture. At the end of this lecture, you will be able to explain features of LPC2148, system blocks of LPC2148 and peripheral blocks of LPC2148. So we will have introduction of LPC2148 in this lecture. So with these objectives, let us start with the features. Before going to the LPC2148 features, let me tell you some interesting things about the LPC2148. Here the manufacturer is NXP. NXP is nothing but it was formerly Philips. So this is manufacturing this chip. Means ARM7 is, I have told you that ARM7 is actually this is IP core. So IP core means it is a intellectual property, it is a soft code written, and LPC2148 is actually hardware bit. So remember, this is a hardware chip actually available in the market which is manufactured by NXP. Okay, so here it is written that it is 16/32 bit microcontroller. Means it is actually working on 32-bit data, but you can program it for 16-bit also. Okay, it means it is having 16-bit instructions also and 32-bit instructions also. Second, 2148 is particularly having 40 kilobytes of on-chip static RAM. 40 kilobyte RAM is available in this chip. 512 KB of flash program memory is available there. Now RAM and ROM are two parts required for any controller. So RAM memory is 40 KB for LPC2148 and ROM memory is 512 KB, but here it is flash program memory. What is the advantage of having the flash memory? Flash memory is very fast. Its erase time is very less. So in other controllers, when you want to rewrite the data, you are spending too much time in erasing the data in the chip. Here you are requiring very less time to erase the data. So that is the advantage of flash memory. So LPC2148 is having particularly flash memory available inside it to store the program and maximum size. So there are different versions of 21XX series. So 21 series, that series varies from 2141, 42, 44 and 48. So that varies depending upon which version you are using. Your flash program memory varies from 32 to 512 KB. Then the next one, it is having a 120-bit wide interface accelerator. Accelerator means actually it is a you can say that here this accelerator, what it does, it is prefetching the instructions. Means ahead of the time it is collecting the instructions inside it. We will see that in detail afterwards. Next, in system or in application programming, what is the advantage of ISP or IAP? Whenever you use, if you are having that facility with your microcontroller, you don't need separate programmer there. You have to just plug in and you have to use some pins of your system and your controller, and using those pins you can easily program it. So that is the advantage of having in system or in application programming there. Then embedded IC, RT and embedded trace interfaces. This is used for debugging. So when you are using the debugging, these things are very much important. Next, it is having USB port is available there. The version available with USB is 2.0. So with 2.0 you are getting the full speed compliant device controller with 2 kilobytes of endpoint RAM. Means USB is having its separate 2 kilobytes of RAM inside it, peripheral. So whenever you transfer the data, that data will be immediately stored in that RAM memory. Its speed is I think 10 kbps. So you are getting very high speed with USB 2.0. So that feature is available with LPC 2148. Next, one or two 10-bit A to D converters are available. In case of 48, you are having two ADCs available. Then it is having one 10-bit DAC is also there present. It is having two timers, both are 32-bit. So you are getting that much time period there. But what is important here is the different features available with the timer. It is having the capture channels, means pins are available with which you can access the external signal, and at that time you can check the value of the timer. Another is a compare. You can generate signal based on the value of the timer. So it's like go on counting internal timer, and when the internal timer reaches a particular value, it will generate one signal. That is a compare mode. And capture mode is, it will check the external event, and depending upon that it will stop the timer. Like I am waiting for somebody to come, meanwhile I am just go on counting the numbers. Okay, that is called as a capture mode. Like you are waiting for your friend when he is coming to your home, and then you are just, when you start measuring the time, that mode is called as a capture mode. And in the compare mode, what happens, I will go to my friend's house after 10 minutes. So now what I am doing, I am measuring the time. After 10 minutes I will go to the go to the friend. That is called as the compare mode. Another one is the PWM unit. You are familiar with it. It's a pulse width modulation. Basically it is generating a square wave. The square wave on time period is varied there. That on time period is programmable. You can vary it. You can also modify it according to some input. That is called as a modulation. Means if some input, like you can take the ADC input, and if the ADC input varies, you can change the PWM output. So that is the PWM unit available. Watchdog timer. Watchdog timer is a special feature available with the controller. It is used basically in again debug purpose. For debugging function, you can use watchdog timer. It will be used to it is actually avoiding the controller entering the infinite loop. So to avoid that, you can use watchdog timer. The job of the watchdog timer is reset controller after a specific time period. Irrespective of anything, it will reset the controller. So what is the purpose of that? Suppose you are not confirm about the outcome of the program, you can start the watchdog timer. So at the end of the program, you switch off the watchdog timer, so it will not reset it. But suppose because of some mistakes in your program or some unavoidable things, if your program is stopped, or it is going in the infinite loop, the watchdog timer will take care that the controller is actually resetted. So that is the concept of the watchdog timer. Okay, then okay, the same thing we have covered here. Yeah, low power real RTC. Yeah, it is having the RTC. RTC is a real time clock. It is available there. So in many real time systems you have to keep track of the time also, in case of the system. So many times in that controlling system you have to turn on something, or you have to initialize some events, you have to stop the event based on the real time. So in that case what you need is, you have to keep the track of the time. For that, LPC 2148 is having inbuilt RTC present there with independent power and dedicated 32 kilohertz clock input. What is the purpose of, what is the need of this independent power and dedicated 32 kilohertz clock input? It is required so that whenever LPC 214 remaining rest other 2148 is in sleep mode, this RTC will continuously running there. Okay, to make it continuously running, you have to use a separate power and separate clock input there. I can show you that on the kit also. On the kit there is a separate battery available there, small battery is available, which is actually used to run the RTC. Then serial interface. In the beginning lecture, that is in the introduction to the embedded system, I have told you that serial interface is also very important point required for the controller. So LPC 2148 is enriched with serial interfaces. It is having two UARTs available there. Then that is serial ports available. Then two I2C buses are available there, inter-integrated bus, and SPI and SSP. SPI is serial peripheral interface. So this is also another type of the protocol. So basically I2C and SPI, these are working on less number of wires, but they can connect many devices. UART is having one, you can use only one device with one UART. So there are number of devices are limited there. In case of I2C and SPI, with single specifically in case of I2C, with one wire you can connect number of devices, multiple devices you can use in the polling part. So I2C is very advantageous when you compare the hardware, but I2C is having a speed less, and SPI you are requiring bit more number of pins. Still SPI is more efficient because it is giving you tremendous speed. In case of some megabytes you are 10 Mbps or higher rates data and transfer rates you can get with SPI. And of course it is also supporting USB. That is another serial interface available with LPC 2148. Another important thing available with LPC 2148 is VIC. VIC is nothing but vectored interrupt controller. So in case of previously seen controllers, those controllers you have seen that those are giving you different interrupts there, but in case of the previous controllers the interrupts were limited and those are having limited access. In this case you are having a separate block called as vectored interrupt controller, and it is configurable. Configurable means you can change many things as per your requirement. That is the advantage of using the vectored interrupt controller. So we are going to see this one. Then he is having 45 general purpose IO pins are available with LPC 2148. Different 45 pins are available. That means it is working with two ports. One port is 30 pins and another port with 15 pins. So overall it is working with 45 pins, and those are 5 volt tolerant. Remember, the power supply for 2148 is 3.3 volt. It is not 5 volt. still it can tolerate 5 volt supply, and then it is having external interrupt pins 9. Those are age and level triggered है. Both are there. Both options are available with interrupt pins. Then the next one is features. Next feature is clock. It can work with 60 megahertz clock. It is having on chip PLL, which will increase the internal clock signal to the higher frequency also. Then it is power saving modes are idle mode and power down mode. You can enable or disable individual peripheral in case of the LPC2148, that is also available with this IC. Then the processor wake up from power down mode via external interrupt. Means there is a special facility available with LPC2148, where you can wake up the processor with the help of external interrupt, USB, brownout detect, or real-time clock. These different peripherals can wake up the processor from power down mode. Okay, this is the device information given there. Just this is the reminder of the things which we have studied there earlier. This is having total 32 plus 8 means 40 KB RAM, that is SRAM. Static RAM is available. Endpoint RAM, this is USB RAM 2 KB, and 512 KB on chip flash. So I have told you that different devices are available in LPC2148, 41, 42, 44, 46, and we are actually going to study 2148. Okay, so these are the features available with 2148. How many pins are available with 2148? 64 pins are available there. Total 40 KB RAM is available, 512 KB ROM is available. Then with ADC, how many channels are available? 14 different channels are available. 2 ADCs are available, and total 14 channels, means number of inputs available with ADC are 14. DAC, one DAC is available, that is, and one output is available. UART one with full modem interface. We will see that afterward, that feature. Yeah, this is the block diagram of LPC2148. We will study this. This is the total block diagram given there, which includes system part and peripherals parts. So let us see different system blocks for the LPC2148. Here I will show you different things which are available, as this is basic CPU available in case of LPC2148.